And on this video, we're gonna be taking a look at the VIOFO A119 Mini 2, which has the brand new Sony Starbase sensor 2, which is the IMX675. It also features advanced parking mode capabilities such as motion detection, and it also has Wi-Fi and app support, including 5G support. So first I'll show you what you get inside of the box, then I'll walk you through the features of the dashcam, including the app, and then show you test drive footage both at day and at night to see how well it actually performs. And as always, I like to remind you that I place a link in the description down below to this dashcam in case you want to get one for yourself. And starting off with size, you can see that this is quite a bit of a compact dashcam, and yet we still have a 1.5-inch LCD color screen and some buttons on the front. Moving over to the side, we have a memory card slot which supports up to 512 gigabytes of memory, and we also get a USB-C port. Moving to the front camera, it does support adjusting the view angle, and I'll show you how far it can go as far as going down and as far as going up. And the front camera also supports their optional circular polarizing filter, which can dramatically improve the video quality by reducing glare and reflections. And to mount the dashcam, we get high-strength double-sided tape, which I can peel this back and then stick this to my windshield. And this mount also supports quick mounting or dismounting in case we wanted to remove the dashcam from the vehicle or reinstall it back on again. And finally, in addition to the mount being the GPS antenna, it also has a USB-C port on the top for power. And to power the dashcam, they have included the cigarette lighter adapter plug and the power cable for it with the right angle USB-C connector. And also you'll notice that the power adapter has two USB ports, which means we can use one port to power the dashcam and the second USB port to power something else. And let's begin with the buttons on the bottom. This button right here allows us to turn the Wi-Fi on or off. This button right here allows us to turn off the voice recording, and if I push it one more time, we enable voice recording again. The button right here allows us to stop the recording. And if I press it one more time, recording started. It resumes recording. And also we have a button right here with the exclamation mark. If I press this button, now we have flagged the section of the video that is being recorded as important. That way we can find it a lot easier in the future. And to access the playback menu, I can also stop the recording and then press the button on the bottom to access the playlist, which has been divided into video files and photo files. Let's access the video file, and then we can find the video that we want to see and play that back directly on this dashcam. Now, if we want to access the settings menu, we have to stop recording. Now I can press this button, and we are in the settings menu. And the very first setting is resolution. We can run it at its highest resolution, which is 2592 by 1944 at 30 frames per second, or we can decrease the resolution if desired if we wanted to fit more onto our memory card. We also get advanced video settings such as changing the bit rate, loop recording time, or the exposure value. But also notice that this dashcam supports HDR, which allows it to capture better image quality than dashcams that do not support HDR. However, if you turn off HDR and go back into resolution, you'll notice that we now have additional resolution settings where we are able to run them at 60 frames a second. 60 frames over 30 frames will give you a better chance of capturing fast-moving objects such as license plates. However, if you enable HDR, you will be limited to 30 frames per second. I personally prefer to have HDR on, and I'm okay with 30 frames per second. Moving over to parking mode, this dashcam does require to be hardwired in order to use this feature, and you'll notice that we get a couple of different choices. Auto event detection allows this dashcam to record when it sees movement. We also get a time-lapse function, or we can also set to have a low bit recording, basically for it to stay recording all the time while it's under parking mode. And we can also customize the parking mode, including telling the dashcam how long it should take before entering parking mode and how long to run the parking mode for. And in addition to those 3 parking mode features, we also get a parking G sensor, so the dashcam can also be triggered when something or someone impacts your vehicle. And the motion detection can also be adjusted similarly to the G sensor. We can increase or decrease the sensitivity to the dashcam to react to motion being detected. And you'll notice that this dashcam actually has 11 pages of settings where we can fully customize the dashcam, including the G sensor sensitivity, which allows the dashcam to detect when you get into a car crash. And I'll scroll through here just so you can see all the different settings that can be adjusted on the dashcam, including a screensaver function where the dashcam can turn off the screen after a certain period of time but continue recording. That way the display doesn't bother you at night. But I also want to show you that this dashcam does support voice control or voice commands. And here are the potential voice commands that you can use to control the dashcam with. Let's test it out. Video start.
Recording started.
Turn off audio.
Voice recording disabled.
Turn on audio.
Voice recording enabled.
Turn off screen. Turn on screen. And we can also turn off the voice control if desired. Now we're on page 8 of the settings. This is page 9, page 10, and page 11. Quite a bit of customization. But now let's check out the app features. And I have downloaded the app, which is available for Apple and Android devices, and I have connected to the dashcam, and as you can see, we do get a live view from it. We also have a button right here that allows us to take a picture. And we also get this button on the bottom that allows us to stop the recording or resume the recording. Also notice that we can play back the videos using the app by stopping the recording and then tapping on the icon on the left, and that is going to bring up all the videos that are in the memory card. And we can also play back the video directly streaming from the dashcam, or we can choose to download it for safekeeping or delete it altogether. And you can also select multiple files at the same time in case you wanted to delete those together or download them at the same time. And we can also customize the settings of the dashcam by tapping the gear icon, and here we can adjust any of them in case we wanted to do that via the app as opposed to directly on the dashcam. But now that I've shown you the main features of this unit, let's take it out for a test ride so we can see how well it actually performs, including the audio test. And this is an audio test of the VIOFO A119 Mini 2, and I am sitting on the driver's side seat. And this is an audio test of the VIOFO A119 Mini 2, and I am standing outside the driver's side door. So I think this dashcam is going to be a great choice for anybody who's looking for a very small and compact dashcam that doesn't take a lot of space on the windshield but still packs a punch in terms of image quality and features. And while you can control this dashcam with your voice and the app, it also supports an optional Bluetooth remote, which I'll link in the description down below. Now the screen is kind of small, but it's just enough size for us to be able to access the menu. But like I said, because you are able to access this dashcam via the app, for those that don't want to have to deal with a small screen, they can see it in a larger screen if they use their phone. And also big props to VIOFO for not making us sign up for a username and password to use the app. I cannot stand usernames and passwords, and there is no need for them. The fact that I can just download the app and begin using it, that is a great idea. And if you're doing most of your driving during the day, I strongly recommend that you get the optional circular polarizer filter because it can greatly improve the image quality, and I have made a video already showing how those filter works and how big of a difference they make. I'll put a link to that in the description down below, along with a link to my dashcam installation video if you want to see the process of how I hide all the cables for a nice clean professional look. So remember, I put a link in the description down below to this dashcam in case you want to get one for yourself. And if you guys have any other questions regarding this, please put that in the comments down below. If you guys found any part of this video helpful, hit the thumbs up button to support the channel and stay tuned as I have a lot more dashcam reviews coming up. Thank you guys for watching, and as always, I'll see you on the next one.